Thank you for checking out our YouTube channel. Before you get started, hit the like button and please subscribe if you like the content.
Alright guys, today we're going to change the start on the 2014 Kia Soul. This is a Soul Plus. I don't know why it's a Soul Plus, but every part here seems expensive. As you see, I got a leak in my oil drain plug. But this is the front of the car, towards the front of the car right here, where my hand is. And this is the starter that I'm touching right now. So this piece has to come off. The starter has two Phillips head screws on the front that I may not need to get off, but I see a bolt here, my finger is, and there's another bolt on the other side. I'll try to get an angle from the top so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So we gotta get two bolts off. This one that I already broke with the 14, as you see I can rotate that. That's the simple one. The difficult one is right here where my fingers touching. I'll try to come from the top. So I gotta almost work blind because I don't think I can reach it from the top, but I have to remove this. So what I'll do is I'll take that piece off and whatever else is holding this in place. I don't want to do too much moving, but I may have to move this so at least I'll be able to work a little bit free over there. You're not going to see all of that. This is a 14. Gotta find out what this is. I'll let you know shortly. Possibly a 10 or 12, but once I get that out of the way, I'm gonna take my connections off. But I just want to loosen these two main bolts before I get too busy. One thing I wanted to mention, disconnect your negative on your battery before you get started, and I already did that, so we should be good. So once again, we're gonna go step by step. I can't really show you guys everything I'm doing, but I'll walk you through the process. This turned out to be a 10 millimeter, and as you see, it's coming out. So I'll keep working that, and I'll get that out. I'm also going to disconnect this right here, and by doing so, you push back with the thumb, and you can pull up. And that's one disconnection, so that this doesn't carry the weight of this piece once I take that off. Alright, back again. So try to get it off the light. They say necessity is the mother of invention, right? So we're trying to get to that bolt right there. So what I had to do was put the socket over, and it's just enough, barely enough, but enough, and it's already loose. That 14 is already loose. So quite frankly, 1 and 2 on the back end over there, and the starter is almost out already. Now I know I got the hard part out of the way. I'm gonna disconnect this. This right here just slides into the starter. You squeeze and pull out. And then I'm gonna try to disconnect. I'm gonna have to rotate so I can see the back to take out the negative and the positives back there. But the two bolts that I was worried about, pretty much loose without me doing too much. I did have to take this off, but I didn't want to take this part off, which I could have, but it's just a whole lot. So I did one disconnection, the second one. This bolt is free enough, and that one is definitely free enough. Just a little bit of wiggle room that I have is enough to turn that, and I can feel it turn. So I'm already good. I don't want to push too far down on that connection right there, but that's that. So we're going to come back when I get to the back end of this. Alright, disconnect the cords in the back of that, and we almost. Zoom out a little bit. This is the starter right here, and you see it's wobbly now because we broke tension right over there. See, that's moving. So, looking at things, I may eventually have to take this off, because when I do get the starter out, I don't know if I have enough room without damaging any of these cables to be able to take it out. So I might have to take this out so I can be safe. I think I will go ahead and do that. But right now, I got this one loose. And to do that, I used 13 millimeter. I can't hold it up there, but the 13 is what got that done. So I'm gonna take that one off, and I gotta pop out this from the starter. I think that's the igniter. Once I pop that out, it should have another 13 on it that I could take off and pretty much take the starter out. But I think I may have to take this board out just to be safe, but we'll get there. They cheat you guys off a little bit. I had to get the wrench there and take a bolt out right off here. But it's the same thing as this one that I got off. It was a 13, so it's not a super huge step. But as you see, I'm lifting up now to get that completely disconnected. And that's where the spark comes in, so that's covered. So that's out. So quite frankly, my starter is completely detached from the back end. So I'm just gonna keep working these bolts up front. Get that 14. So I'm gonna switch, rotate, go back on the other side, get those two off on the front. This is loose, and the other one on the other side is loose. As you see, the starter is now rocking and wobbly. All the power connections are disconnected. I don't think I need to take this oil plug off, this oil sensor. One thing I think might be in my way is this grounding wire right here. But I'm contemplating, should I even take that one off? We'll see. I like to disconnect as few things as possible, so I may leave it on there. Try to take the starter out. If it doesn't come out without like stretching any of these connections, I really think, let me see, it might be able to come out up through here. You know, push this down a little bit and over. We'll see. But so far so good. Cheat you guys too much of the process. But it turned out I was able to get I'm almost there. I haven't gotten it out yet. But as you see, it's hanging by a thread. I'm getting it out without taking that other cord off. So, put the camera on my body. Hopefully, it does that. That's the old starter, y'all. We're gonna be in with the new. But I think that's how you get the starter off, y'all. Next time you see me, the new starter is gonna go back up where the old one came from. And we should be in business just tightening the bolts back up, alright? I got this, it's not new, it's remanufactured. As you see, there's a chip right here that's broken. I don't think that should affect anything once I plug that up. But I'm just gonna unscrew these bolts right here on the new one. Oh, the second-hand new one. And just get ready to install it. It did rain. This is a 13 millimeter. That one is a lot tougher than the first one. But anyway, all this screw and bolt stuff, I don't want to just drag the video on too long. So I'll just show you all which one I'm getting off and what I'm using to get it off, and then you just figure out I'm just turning the wrench. Alright? Engineering, right? So when I took it out, I took the tail back out first. When I put the new one in, I used the front of it first and then rotate it. And I haven't even screwed it on yet. I'm just going to align it with this bolt right here, and that's a 14. That's a 14 on the other side. I want to kind of tighten them both at the same time, right? So it's nice and leveled. Then we're just going to connect the pieces in the back. Alright, and we all set. Alright everybody, so as I mentioned, next time I come back, 2 bolts are going to be on. So the starter's already back on, like real tight. So those 2 are on. Just going to go to the back, connect those pieces. Reconnect that. Screw this back in place right there. Hook this piece up to the back of the starter. Get that ignited piece. Hook it up over there on the other side. And we good. So we're going to take a quick break. I have the sunlight now. I try to block that off a little bit for y'all. But everything is back on. I just got to tighten this up. Tighten the one over there in the back. Throw that cap. There's a cap on my hand to block everything. So once again, tighten this one. And there's one more back there. And then throw the cap on it. And the starter is ready to go. And there's a piece right here. I need to connect this fish into. Too much glare. Then I connect this piece into that. Do my reconnection. Then reconnect this. Do this reconnection over here. Screw that bracket back on to brace it for when I drive. And the starter is done. The starter was actually a lot more easy than the alternator to change on this one. I'll show you the final results. Alright, I'm not going to show any of this anymore because it's just plugging this piece back up here. Plugging that one back up. Screwing this up, tightening these 2 bolts, and we're firing it up. So when I start the car, you guys will witness that. So guys, we're going to fire it up. Let's see if we did a good job. We're back in business. Back in business, guys. Alright, thank you for watching. That's how to change the starter on the 2014 Kia Soul. Hope you enjoyed the video. I got a lot coming because I'm going to do the oil change on this right now. Actually, I may shoot it, I may not. Just wait for another time. That's pretty basic. I'm also going to at least purchase the spark plugs and the socket I need. But other than that, I may not even do that today. I may just put this. I'm definitely going to do the oil change though. But thanks for watching.
Hello again. Thank you for listening to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to drop the video a like and subscribe to us if you're new. Drop us a comment and let us know what you think.